The game is fun.
Marvel Rivals, the fabled Overwatch killer, is a 6v6 third-person shooter developed by NetEase Games. They actually used to be part of Blizzard before they had a falling out. I don't know too much about these specifics here, but I imagine it probably went something like this.
All I wanted was to help you.
I only wanted to help, and what did you say to me?
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
It tore me apart. You're weak! And I've outgrown you.
I didn't play the beta unfortunately, but after having put in a ton of hours already, I really need to yap about this game. So right away, when you queue up for your first game, you will very quickly find out that we're playing open queue. Now me personally, I hate open queue, and I say this as a DPS and support main in Overwatch. I don't enjoy open queue at all because it feels like you're mixing and matching the fastest ways to lose the game. However, I'm giving it a pass in Rivals because in the games where you aren't running 5 DPS and 1 support, the fun factor is dialed to 11. For now, I know everyone is just trying out new characters and whatnot, which is fine. No one except those who play the beta really know what's going on, though I have had the most fun and success with 1 tank, 3 DPS, and 2 supports. I think I prefer that over 2-2-2, but that's recency bias and subject to change. If it wasn't already glaringly obvious, this game takes a huge inspiration from Overwatch. Cloak and Dagger play similarly to Moira, as in they can mostly just do healing and damage. Their ult even works exactly the same as Coalescence, it just has a different animation. Hulk reverts back to Bruce Banner once his health hits 0, Punisher has a turret like Bastion, Skrull Girl plays similarly to Junkrat, and you get the idea. But with 33 vastly different heroes on launch, with more on the way with each new season, I would say this game is taking steps in the right direction. And I mean, this is Marvel we're talking about here. We all played LEGO Marvel Superheroes and Superhero Squad Online, right? The potential for this roster is insane. I mean, think about it. We could have Deadpool, Nightcrawler, Taskmaster, Thanos, Miles Morales, Prowler, Kara Lycos, Kingpin, Fence Eater. Come on, you can't have a Marvel game without Fence Eater. But each character feels unique to play as, each with their own pros and cons, unless you play Iron Fist. The con about him is a player. What the fuck? This game also has something really unique called team up abilities that allow 2 or more characters to be able to do an extra attack or passive ability when paired with another hero on the team. It adds an additional layer of immersion and strategy to an already fun hero shooter. Star-Lord and Mantis gain the ability to self-res when paired with Adam Warlock, Psylocke and Black Panther can use Tracer's Recall when paired with Magic, and Rocky Raccoon can jump onto Groot's shoulders and shoot from there, just like in the movies. And that's just a few examples of what I'm talking about. There's so much more here to look into. This game also has a good amount of melee characters because instead of playing as a disheveled army man with an assault rifle, you get to play as 7 other heroes whose main form of racking up damage is through beating the ever-living shit out of their opponents. What also really surprised me is that when these statistics came out about the population of this game's player base, there were 10 million people playing this game in the first 3 days of it releasing. And unlike Overwatch 2, you could actually play this game on day 1. Before I move on into the next topic of the video, I just quickly wanted to name drop my favorite characters to play as. Cloak and Dagger, Mantis, Rocket, Psylocke, Luna Snow, and most of all, Star-Lord. He is easily the most fun character I've played by far. Next up, let's talk about the maps. As of me writing this, there's only 8 in the game right now, which is a little disappointing because sometimes you'll queue up right into the same map after having played it, which can be annoying. Overwatch was like this too up until Season 4, when they got rid of map pools. Yeah, whoever came up with the idea to put map pools in the game needs to be fired. Oh wait, they probably already did fire him. But yeah, map pools wasn't cool or unique, it was just fucking stupid. Anyway, it does feel a little weird that with 33 playable characters, you're only able to play as them on 8 different maps. Doesn't feel as evened out if that makes sense. The maps we do have here though are great. You'll be playing 1 of 3 game modes on them: Escort, Control, and Hybrid. None of which are new to the hero shooter genre, but they are done with a fresh little twist. The best change they've added to Escort was they went and made it so the payload moves forwards or backwards depending on which team last captured it, because although Escort itself is fun, actually pushing the payload is not. No one wants to do that. No one likes capturing the point and seeing your team push up and die, or getting jumped by being the only one pushing it. Every map in this game is also destructible, which really adds another layer of immersion to these larger-than-life characters. Monetization in this game works the same way as it does in any other free-to-play game, but with a few key differences. Unfortunately, most of the MCU skins are rather pricey, as they will obviously be the skins everyone wants, but goddamn dude, 26 doubloons for mid? Huge pat on the back for the dev team for letting the entire roster be free at launch, and not locking characters behind a battle pass, or making you grind for them. Imagine if a game made you do that. Oh wait! With Rivals being this successful, hell, it hit 10 million players in 72 hours. We've all obviously heard this game be referred to as the Overwatch killer, and while these numbers are impressive, I honestly don't think NetEase could fumble this game worse than Blizzard did with Overwatch. Here, I'll put up some of Overwatch's sins next to Rival sins. Overwatch's biggest sin is the fact that it's 5v5, an objectively worse team comp, absolutely atrocious balancing. Why are we still buffing Maga, Arisa, and fucking Sojourn? Whereas Rival's biggest sins is they put Iron Fist in this game, and if you play him, you probably hold your pencil like this. So even though Rivals is going to be competing with Overwatch, I would say the future is looking bright. If this game succeeds, maybe Blizzard will actually start caring about Overwatch again and improving their game. And if they don't, Rivals will still be thriving. It's a win-win. So while I don't think it'll kill Overwatch, it will hopefully, for Blizzard's sake, be their wake-up call to take Widowmaker out of this shit. With that out of the way, unfortunately this game is still a little rough around the edges and it's time to talk about the cons. This game needs role queue. Bad. Or at least a separate queue for it. I play DPS and support in Overwatch, and I genuinely believe that out of the 10 million people that have played Rivals, only 100 of them have ever played support. The ratio of duelists to vanguards and strategists is ridiculous and needs to change. Out of the 33-man roster, 18 of those fuckers are duelists. And it's not even the good kind. How are you bottom fragging that Psylocke, man? As someone that was completely fed up with Overwatch's shit, I've been having a blast with Rivals. If playing Overwatch sent me to therapy, Rivals is a therapist. I can really see myself getting into this competitively. What about you? Do you like the game? Do you hate it? Are you gonna keep playing Overwatch? I'm not. Fuck that game. Let me know your comments and I'll see you in the next one.